Hello, everyone, and welcome to Points of the Crown. It is Wednesday, October 8th. I am Steve, your host, and with me is none other than the great Matt Slay. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Your theme song is in danger of becoming my ringtone.
Oh, yeah. That's what we like to hear. I actually, I can't say that I wrote it. Composing is even a bit of an overstatement. I used a lot of familiar with Apple loops.
You know what? That's the less I know about computers, the safer we all are.
Yeah. Well, there's like GarageBand and all that, all the music recording stuff. They've got different loops you can put together.
Sure.
But some of it I did have to write myself. So a lot of it was pre-written. I wrote some of the other parts. Actually,
right
put
on.
bass on it. And joining us is none other than James Sketching the Beast. What's up, brother?
What's going on,
James?
guys? What's going on, Matt? Good to see you,
Hey,
man.
good to be seen. Good to be seen. I'm looking down a lot. Please forgive me, folks at home. I am working diligently. Baltimore Comic-Con's around the corner, and I have commissions to finish up.
It's
Nice,
coming
man.
up. It
It is.
How far out do you put your commission list for
1 month.
1 month?
Well,
That's
sometimes
fair.
two, depending on what's involved. There are a handful of people who I'm exceedingly grateful for every year, and they want paintings. They're not looking for sketches. They're looking for
wow.
paintings.
Gotcha.
So if I'm going to balance that with the book work that needs to be done, I got to put it out 2 months, which is fine. I'm not complaining, but they still have to get done.
Right. Absolutely. I haven't bothered doing the pre-show commission thing. It's never really
Oh
been
man,
mainly
that's the way to go.
Mainly because I do so many conventions that it's I don't know. I don't really have. I guess it's not that I don't have time to do them. It's just I would be perpetually doing commissions.
Yeah, you'd be doing only commissions,
Which
Yeah.
isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know.
When I was on the road, doing 2-3 shows a month, sometimes 4 shows a month, and this is many years ago. A lot less gray hair. How about that? I would rack them and stack them, and then once I get to the hotel of whatever city I'm going to be in, I would just kind of go straight back into hermit mode and just stay in the hotel. I remember in Baltimore one year, I knew I was going to be in town for a little bit longer, and the hotel I was in was facing Camden Yards. So I moved the desk. You know how every hotel has that desk?
Oh yeah.
I moved that over to the window, and I was just watching Orioles games. Working on commissions, just watching the Orioles game.
Nice.
You don't get that too often. I tried doing that in Denver. They hooked me up with the quote unquote room with a view.
Yeah.
And the view was the alley that my car should have been parked in. There was nothing else that you could see. It was I was on the first floor. And there's nothing else around but tall buildings, an alleyway, some dumpsters, and they jacked up the price on that alley. I couldn't park there anymore. It was $70 a day to park there.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because it was valet. So I parked the next alley over. It's 30. But yeah, guys, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of conventions coming up. And I don't know if you saw this, but as long as we're talking about big things that are going on as of today, today marks. Oh man, if I had this pulled up already, that would have been great. Today is the 75th anniversary of Charlie Brown being printed in the newspaper.
Wow.
Get it, Chuck Schultz.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys are heavily inspired at all by Schultz or his little children friends.
I think every cartoonist at one point or another is, if not directly inspired by, then immediately kind of sucked in by the Sunday funnies.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
We all have our favorites, and if it wasn't Charles Schultz, it was Bill Watterson. A lot of Calvin and Hobbes in today's comic world. A lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, Calvin and Hobbes was a big one. Charlie Brown I always read. And half the time I didn't really get the humor. I just liked, I don't know, and liked reading it, I guess. I liked the art.
Yeah.
But I went through a phase when I was little where I kept finding these the old school Charlie Brown comics, like the collections at like
Yeah.
yard sales and stuff, and I convinced my mom to buy them for me. And I feel like the older humor was way more snappy, way more pointed. I mean, this is the first cartoon printed for Charlie Brown. And we got random kid here. He's like, well, here comes old Charlie Brown. Good old Charlie Brown. Yes, sir. Good old Charlie Brown. How I hate him.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
such a twist.
So the question is, let's just dive right in if we're going to do that, since we're all gray-haired, angry, grumpy Gen X people. Were they really that snappy, or is everyone just soft?
Well, I think that's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that. Ben says, I had a beautiful view of the mountains in Denver, but stayed 20 minutes out. That's the smart move, man. If you can stay about 20 minutes out, save a lot of else. Yeah.
That'll cut your costs. That's for sure.
The what are the new Cyanide and Happiness? Those are the new cartoons that are the
Cyanide and Happiness is great though.
Oh, they're amazing. If this is soft, Cyanide and Happiness is
the answer.
Yeah. Those guys are actually going to be at I think they're going to be at GalaxyCon this weekend, St. Louis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they've been doing more conventions around. I've been seeing. So, I did us all a favor because I know everyone's super interested. I pulled up Reddit's top Charlie Brown comics from their Reddit threads.
Oh, neat.
I don't know why these are the top rated, but these are top rated all time Reddit Charlie Brown. This just goes to show the level of humor that I don't fully get. What's up, Dave?
Going on, man?
How's it going, man? All right, we got Charlie Brown writing here. Says, "Dear library, I have lost your book. Cannot find it anywhere. I will come to the library and turn myself in. Please do not harm my mother and father."
That's funny. Those librarians are hunting you down.
There was a certain weight to the library when I don't know if kids even go to the library anymore.
Barely, man. Yeah.
But I know that was one of those things back then. It was I remember in our high school, like if you had outstanding library fines, they would withhold your diploma.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here. What?
You couldn't graduate high school.
That's real. I remember that.
Couldn't graduate high school until you turned in your bounty. That was a real thing.
Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if he's messing around with some bigger issues here. I know there was I forget the operation, but I don't know, the CIA or FBI, they would follow the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah.
And if you checked out certain books, it gets you on a list. So
when I was in high school, the big ones for that was the big one for that was the Anarchist Cookbook.
Oh yeah.
And of course, when I was in high school, that's when the internet was first. I'm not going to say invented because who the frick knows even what that entails. But like, we were learning about in computer science, we were learning about remember what was it called? GeoCities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the Wild West of the internet.
Yep.
So anytime there was a book that was on somebody's naughty list, we would just digitize it, or because we were this industrious, we would just flat out write the whole thing word for word and go ahead and dump it in a chat room or something.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that was illegal. I'm not in jail, so I'm imagining it's probably fine. It's fine. We're all fine. Everybody's fine.
Matt's admitting to a felony here on Points of the Crime Life. No.
If anybody was wondering who put that on the internet, it was me. Clearly.
Well, That might explain how one of my friends got it back in the day, because he didn't have the book. He had a printout that he had put in a 3-ring binder.
What year was this?
This had to have been, we were in junior high or high school, so mid-90s, late 90s.
Oh, shit.
So it's, if not him directly, he got it from another friend. So
probably a coincidence. I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, come on.
It's probably nothing. I've never actually, so here's the fun thing. I've never seen that 3-ring binder, and I've never actually seen this book. Like,
good save.
Is it even in print anywhere?
I don't think it needs to be, because everybody can download it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, no idea.
Let's see. We've got a couple more here. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. So we got Woodstock and Snoopy chatting. Snoopy says, you should get a job working in a tree. You could be a branch manager.
Nice.
That's funny.
Sees what he did there.
What I like here is that he took 2 extra panels to have Snoopy just laughing at himself, and then the awkward.
Yeah, realizing that it fell on deaf ears over his head.
What's funny, Ben, is that Matt composed it, and it would have been a buddy that was also named Matt, and that was the pirate.
Nice.
Okay. See, Matts are the problem. It's our fault, and the collective has gotten out of control. We've recruited too many.
There's no noteworthy Matt stepping in to really all in.
Days of the honorable Matt are long gone. We are all a bunch of degenerates now.
Start the Matt witch hunt here.
Well,
he's a Matt. He's a Matt.
I'm not going to say we don't deserve it.
Wasn't there a guy that I think his name was Josh, that coordinated a big meetup of Joshes to have a fight to the death to see who could be the number 1 Josh?
I remember this. Yeah.
Maybe we need to start this,
Yeah.
One Matt to rule them all.
My goodness.
It's going to be me.
Oh my goodness.
It comes with the territory.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Here we got another stunning Peanuts clip here. We've got Snoopy writing some beauty tips. And Lucy walks up and says, you know what? I think you need me to sit up there and help you write your column. And then Snoopy changes it to ugly tips.
Got him.
But
Burn. Oh my goodness.
So topical, like on topic though, when I went to the Billy Ireland, there's no shortage of Peanuts material. It's the Billy Ireland. Of course they have some. But what's cool about it, because it's one of those things, it's in that Bruce Timm category for all the comic craft heads out there. Just because it looks simple doesn't mean it is. And if you get a chance to go to the Billy Ireland and really look at the old Snoopies, the Peanuts, the Calvin and Hobbes, Nancy, like all that stuff, really get in there and take a look and see how the brushes fall. Because what you're seeing from a distance and what you're seeing up close are not the same. And you have a much better idea of what translates in print and what does not. And by that, I mean, while you're standing in front of that cartoon, look it up online, Google the actual cartoon you're standing in front of and see what came through in print and what didn't. It's kind of mind-blowing, and it makes you see your own stuff, your own drawings in that light. Am I doing something that's going to matter when it prints? It's interesting.
Yeah, there's especially when it comes to cartooning, where it's simple but very refined, and you got to have the consistency panel to panel. Every little millimeter matters.
Yeah, it does.
But Dave says, I have Dave, and there is a song called The Daves I Know. It's these are the days I know. These are the days I know. There's a whole song about it. So Dave,
That's funny.
I think if there's gonna be a fight to the death, Dave, I nominate you as Superior Dave. And you have the arsenal to back it up. This is probably my favorite out of the bunch that were in the top on the Reddit threads. We've got a black and white. This looks like more like a Sunday, multi-panel. Get a little Linus here walking around, freaks out, runs up to Charlie Brown. It's happening, Charlie Brown. It's happening, just like they said it would. Charlie Brown says, of course, it's happening. It's snowing. What else did you expect this time of year? And Linus says, snowing? Good grief, I thought it was the fallout.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what year was that? I'm going to go with 53. God. I'm going to say 53 to 56.
Oh, God. This is the... I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom on this.
Yeah, it's so tiny.
Yeah, if it was anywhere around the 50s or 60s, in particular 60s.
Yeah.
So yes, Charlie Brown, 75 years since the first strip went into print, and is definitely one of my, especially as a kid, was a favorite strip to read, and just seeing the evolution of these little guys here to what they turned into.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's so funny. They're like little babies in this one, and then now they're like full-fledged kids now.
Even Snoopy looked completely different. It's almost like there was a switch flipped, and then all of a sudden, it was the new style, old school Snoopy drawing. Let's see if I can find what Snoopy used to look like. Yeah, there we go.
Well, think about that. That's interesting. That's actually fascinating because we see that now. So you're looking at something that was hand-drawn, hand-done early in somebody's career that is refined over the years, and we end up with what becomes the commercial version of what we've seen on every beach towel and lunchbox and bumper sticker. That's what we know. But it came from somewhere. That's not that different than when the thing that came out 5-10 years ago that somebody did by hand, or at that point they could have been doing it on a tablet. It's still going to get refined and boiled down until there's a commercialized version of it that everybody's familiar with.
Yeah.
So even then, there's an evolution of a character that ostensibly never changed, except it changed considerably based on the medium.
Yeah, and I haven't done a whole lot of research, but I'm wondering if at a certain point, if Schultz handed over the pen to somebody else, if he was writing it and had somebody else illustrate. I don't know if that ever happened. I would have to imagine. I know there's guys for Disney that just do like the merchandise artwork. There's guys that do just like box artwork, that sort of thing, t-shirts.
The licensing, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is I don't know if this is the first time. Like, this is an early Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Charlie Brown has hair in this.
Oh, shoot.
Brown's the name,
Weird.
Charlie Brown. Always glad to greet a fellow constituent.
Wow.
Humor was a little different back then.
Yeah.
That's my favorite statistic, that the vocabulary in cartooning in comics is almost 3 grades or 3 reading grades higher than what's taught in most schools now.
Interesting.
Oh, I used to use that all the time when I was getting my MED. It was like one of these things where you had to study teaching and learning methods, and I just stumbled across that, and it's like, well, you don't know if that's a real statistic unless you cross-reference it with as many different sources as possible. And yeah, kids that read comics and study cartooning and things like that, they can't not pick up the language and the vocabulary of the writer.
No.
And since the writer's freedom in this medium is so much more vast than, just their textbooks, because now textbooks are written to the grade level instead of written to push the grade level.
Right. Yeah, that was what was it? Calvin and Hobbes in particular. I remember there were so many words I had to get out the dictionary and look them up because I'm like, I don't know what the hell this kid's talking about.
See, you just proved my point.
Like, I'm allegedly older than this kid, and I have no clue what he's saying.
Yeah. I mean, Calvin and Hobbes was brilliant for a lot of reasons. Watterson did us a lot of favors learning how to learning about being excited about learning, and then no matter what, no matter how weird it got, it was okay to be a little 6-year-old kid not knowing what the hell you're doing, just having a better vocabulary than everybody else.
Right. We got Lucy and Charlie walking here, and Charlie says, "Security. That's what everybody needs. You just have to have a feeling of security. Take away security, and what do you have? Insecurity. That's what." And Lucy whips back, "You're a real philosopher, Charlie Brown." I feel like these had to have landed. Maybe in 1956, they didn't know what jokes were.
Well, it's not unreasonable to think they're sort of parroting what was going on in the news at the time. Which politician is saying hunker down and which one is saying branch out?
Oh, yeah.
Let the little cartoon kids be the voice of whoever.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find that. There we go, Snoopy. So here's the evolution of Snoopy.
Nice.
So 1952 to 1966. That's like the Christmas special there.
Yeah.
And then now the MetLife Snoopy. This is him full of medical insurance and pharmaceutical stuff.
No cartoonist is going to say no to that MetLife money.
Hell no. Any of my characters, they want them, they'd be like, "Giving me a big bag of money? Sure."
I'm very much looking forward to selling out.
There's part of us that we have certain things that we're like, I would never want to sell it unless I had full creative control. And there's other things like, you know what? If you want to give me a big bag of money, I wouldn't say no.
Right.
You know?
Hey, enough zeros will turn any no into a yes.
Exactly.
That is true.
All right. So that was the first exciting thing. The second exciting thing was, as long as we're doing throwback stuff, is I forgot I had Instagram open over here. That's forget. I tend to forget to look at to see if they're saying anything, but they just watch. They never say anything.
It's all right. We like watchers. we need watchers as much as we need commenters.
Yes. We got any Zelda fans out there? You guys big Zelda fans?
Yes. Not of the old games, but yes.
All right. If I told you that this is a badass commercial for the new Zelda game coming out, you got to tell me by the end of this if you would buy this game. Okay. Same with the chat. I want you guys to watch this, and there might be a little bit of a language barrier. They launched this first in Japan, so just let me know. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
Isn't that the set from In Living Color?
I have no idea.
What is happening right now?
All right. By copyright law, I think I have to pause it every now and then so we don't get sued to death. But yeah, this is from Super Nintendo. So this was about 30 years ago. This came out.
Wow.
And,
I love it already.
Yeah.
This is a commercial for the game?
Yeah, and I think my favorite part is they left in like the audio from them dancing. So you could hear all the clothing moving around and all the stomping.
That's funny.
Yeah. So here's Zelda or Link.
Not
amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this would make me want to buy the game.
Look at that. I don't know. The spin move, seeing it in person, way more intimidating than seeing the little sprite spin around.
You know what that was? That was proof that cosplay was the thing before the word was. Like that was like legit.
I would have to imagine if you were a kid back in early 90s and you saw this come up, you would be running to your bedroom closet to see, can I find like a green hoodie? Like, what can I make to make elf ears? You know?
Yeah. So
That
funny.
is hysterical.
It is.
I love it.
That's what Japan gets for their advertisement.
Okay.
Ben
I actually
says,
remember ours. It had like this weird guy who was like, put up a pea hat. Like it was so weird.
Oh, we're gonna see it here in a second. Ben says it's giving vibes like the old live action cartoon. Yeah, the old Mario show. I recently watched some throwback clips of that, and that thing is definition of a fever dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, two guys that barely resemble anything of Mario and Luigi talking in horrible accents. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what we grew up with here, friends. A lot of us forget about this. Matt doesn't forget. Matt never forgets.
No, unless it's your watercolor, your black watercolor.
I think I'm on the same commercial here. Oh no! Oh no! What I do? I'm not even sharing anymore. Oh god!
No, you killed the stream too. No, I'm just kidding.
that is happening. Except I don't think I'd be able to hear you say it if I did.
It's funny. Yeah, it would just be me and Matt hanging out. It would be funny.
Oh no! 90s.
And I'm so ingrained in my work that I'm just not available emotionally for any reason. Just hovering over a painting.
Did you give me back that watercolor?
I will. I promise. I promise.
I feel like you did give it back to me though. I think you did.
I think I did, and I just bought so many waiting for the show to come around that I just have an overabundance of black paint now.
That's funny.
You're gonna have to show me how you use that. I am not a big watercolor guy. I'm just curious how you use it.
I will be happy to. I have no secrets.
Yeah. Check it out, Baltimore.
There's that bastard. What'd I say?
Zelda. The Legend of Zelda. A never-ending adventure new for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Zelda!
After seeing the difference in the two marketing strategies, feel like there is either just the Japanese hate us or they just didn't have the same marketing budget in the States as they did in Japan.
See, I got something different from that. Even then, they were clearly just better than us.
Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of that.
I think they nailed it.
Yeah. You know,
I remember when that happened, and I remember wanting it because I just wanted to know what the fuck a pea hat was.
Is that what it's called? Pea hat?
So yeah, there were Octoroks, Tektites, and pea hats were the your rank and file bad creatures.
Yeah.
There was other stuff too, but those were the ones you could find in every level. Those were like the Goombas and the Koopas and that version of it.
Right. You guys in the chat, you ever play, like, you have a favorite Zelda game? Are you into Zelda? I only ever owned the one, and that was Link's Awakening. That was the Game Boy one. That was I got it for my birthday. I bought a Game Boy and it came with it, and that was the only game that I had owned for quite a while. And I don't know, it was fun and all. It was a good time, but I don't know. I just could never get back into it.
Wasn't allowed to have video games. Wasn't allowed. No, it was that epic struggle of, if you play video games, then you will become dumber and you'll be bad at math and all of your grades will go down and I'm not raising a zombie and yada, yada, yada. But Then my parents made a horrible, horrible mistake. There was a crack in the armor, and I found it. When you have your own money, you can buy whatever you want. And that's when I discovered employment. I mowed the hell out of some lawns, y'all.
There you go.
And I missed the whole Nintendo thing by a mile and went straight to Sega Genesis. So I had some games, but it was different, you know.
See, that was we didn't have Sega. We had the regular Nintendo. We were like one of the first families to have a Nintendo. That was my brother.
Oh.
Brother won a sweepstake.
You were that kid on the block.
Well, normally, like, we did not have many of the luxuries that some of the other folks were getting, like AC, you know, stuff like that, cable television. We didn't get that for the longest time.
Yeah.
But my brother had won a sweepstakes. He had taken the time and effort to mail something in. I think it was Captain Crunch. Had some like Toys R Us shopping spree thing. And
those were always fun.
He won like $300, $400, $500 in Toys R Us money.
Say what?
Yeah. Oh. So we went. He picked out. He got a Nintendo. I think he got like 2 games or something, and then a beanbag chair. And when
That's the setup. I love it.
When I say it was a family event, like aunts and uncles came over to watch somebody play Super Mario. Like it was game changing, pun intended, game changing stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. But the one neighbor kid was the first one to get the Super Nintendo, and the other kid, they got a Sega Genesis. But we never got to play the Sega.
Oh man.
They you know, every now and then we like to look back and be like, man, childhood was certain aspects were rough, certain aspects were difficult. These kids, every time I saw them, were getting screamed at by their mom, their dad, always having to go work. I mean, there wasn't a day during the summer I didn't see these kids sweating doing manual labor.
Oh man.
Yeah, Matt knows all about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was one of those things where, like, yeah, we had chores and stuff, but nothing like these kids. And it was all the time we'd be like, "Hey, you want to play Sega tonight?" And it was kind of weird to ask because none of us really wanted to be around his parents because they're always either like angry, being overly sarcastic, or just like super quiet. It was always awkward as shit.
You gotta watch out for the quiet ones, man.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. You go over there and like they'd be out, like one of them would be, you know, working in the garden or mowing the grass, and you just do your best not to make eye contact. Just like go find your buddy. Let's go play games. Oh, you can't because you're working again. Okay, bye. You know. So yeah, we never really got to play the Sega.
That stinks.
But I don't know. Looking back, I feel like Super Nintendo was the superior platform at the time.
It definitely had the library, but there was some stuff. The reason I chose the Genesis is because of some of the stuff that was on it. One of my absolute favorite games, and this is one that I found out later that everybody just kind of hated, was called Kid Chameleon. And I loved it. I loved Kid Chameleon. Think a Mario style platformer, but your little guy would put on different masks. You could get different helmets, and whatever helmet you got all the properties of that helmet, and it would change your gameplay. It was pretty cool.
Neat.
I think I remember seeing somebody play this.
It was cool. It was really cool.
I played a Spider-Man on the Sega Genesis.
I had that, and it was hard.
It was, yeah. It was super hard.
It was really fun right up until you actually got to Kingpin. But by the time you did, it's like 2 punches, you were dead. You had to like time a jump kick and hit him directly in the face. And if you couldn't, you were done.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. This came up randomly on a list of like top 10 unbeatable games or whatever.
It's not unbeatable. It really wasn't that bad. I saw a video like that, and it was like the 13 hardest games for this platform, and I think this ranked like number 3 or 5 or something like that. And I remember thinking to myself, this guy never gave it a chance to actually play, because once you get the mechanics down,
Yeah.
you're pretty much unstoppable. What made it hard was finding the ending, because it had well over 1,000 levels that were all. This is one of the first instances of like a procedurally generated thing. The settings were all familiar, but the levels themselves would change, and it depended on which door you went in and out of.
Yeah. Me as a kid, I struggled with basic directions, let alone like complex directions. That's interesting.
That's funny.
As far as the unbeatable games, anybody else, friends in the chat, you guys have any unbeatable games that you love to play but just maybe never got around to beating?
Elden Ring. I know it's a newer game, but yeah Elden Ring.
The original Ninja Turtles.
That was so I think my brother was a step ahead. He realized that some of these games were kind of designed to not be beaten, just by like spiking the difficulty so much that like that generates additional hours of gameplay, trying to learn the game and mess. So he was one of the first kids that I knew, like at our school even, that bought the Game Genie.
I had the Game Genie.
Yeah, so instantly, like, games weren't so hard after that. Yeah, definitely makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I think the Turtles one, I think you couldn't get hurt, but like if you fell off a cliff or like in a sewer or whatever, like you would lose your turtle. So as long as you're taking
you just had to pick a different turtle.
Yeah. So yeah, the Game Genie, I think probably ruined whatever benefit I could have gotten out of playing video games, like learning that hard work and dedication and ruined by the Game Genie.
You had to learn patience by repetitive motion is what they were hoping for. Mostly we learned how to curse.
Yeah. There was a little bit of that. But anywho, so that's Unbeatable is a Lion King game. That was Sega too, wasn't it? Or was that on Super Nintendo?
It was definitely on Sega at one point. I believe it was also on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I never beat the Aladdin game either. That was for Sega.
Yeah, I remember hearing all those Disney games from that time were like pretty much impossible.
Yeah,
I'm going to put this out to the chat because I have heard in multiple videos that there was a disconnect in the 90s. Maybe somebody in the chat knows gaming a lot better than I do. I don't know. But a lot of games that were very popular in multiple countries, the from the factory setting difficulty was just juiced up in America, in North America, because our Blockbuster rental system was so prevalent that they needed you to keep renting games week after week after week. But if you got a hold of the Japanese version of a game, it was way simpler. And I hope that that's true because I love a good commercial conspiracy theory.
That's interesting. I mean,
interesting.
I had heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I had heard that the Japanese version of Super Mario 2, the reason why ours is so different is because they thought we were too dumb to play such a difficult game. So
with commercials like Zelda,
like, maybe these kids are eating their crayons, and we need to give them something they can understand.
Okay, well, we did that. So
dumb it down a little.
Look, if you eat enough crayons, you can draw comics for a living.
That's how that works, huh?
Well, that's what happened to me. Why? What happened to you guys?
I got bit by a radioactive artist.
I think you might need to go to like court or something over that. I need to like talk to somebody.
He bit me and ran off. I don't know where he is now.
Hell yeah, get that Disney hush money.
Speaking of comics, I don't know when the appropriate time to jump into this is, but Matt, you'd sent me a couple pictures of some stuff that you're working on. I got it pulled up here. I don't know if you're prepared to talk.
That's an epic segue. That's exactly how you do that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Can I show these pictures?
Yes, it is not really a secret.
Cool. I just want to make sure I wasn't breaking any NDAs or anything.
Oh,
Not
nice.
that I'm aware of.
So this is a killer, man. I pulled
That's
this up in
cool.
my email. I'm like, shit, dude. This is
Thanks.
is that all watercolor there too?
It is a little bit of watercolor, a little bit of various ink washes. I've also done the thing that every artist tells me not to do, where I like to just put pigment in graphic white and use it like gouache. And everyone says, well, why not just buy gouache? I'm like, well, because gouache is 3 times more the cost of what I'm doing.
Right.
So, yeah, everything I do is going to be mixed media at this point. But yeah, mostly watercolor, and I'm enjoying it. Mercy Sparks is a badass book. I
Cool.
didn't realize how much I loved it until I read volume 1. There are definitely 2 or 3 hardcover collections available through Devil's Due. Josh Blaylock is the creator. He'll be at Baltimore this year, and you definitely need to stop by his table and load up on Mercy Sparks. It has been a very long time since I just picked up a title and was like, yo, this is what I read now. I live here now.
Nice.
And I'm just in it. I friggin' love it. And I'm really excited to see how this story arc like pans out, because I don't know the whole story. I knew enough to handle the cover situation. So
Nice. Oh yeah. That's how did you end up getting in touch with this guy? Did he reach out to you for the cover?
a little. There was kind of a kindred spirit thing going on. We like a lot of the same stuff. We read a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same music. We're just kind of into a lot of the same things, and the conversations were always fruitful. And not this past Big Lick Comic Con. I was in Greensboro, North Carolina for Big Lick last weekend. It was a crazy awesome show. Greensboro has a hell of a scene that is ready to just like bust out, and I think Big Lick Comic Con is going to give them an outlet for it, because they came out to play. It was pretty badass. But the show before that one, which I think was it was either August or April. Maybe it might have been April. Okay, who cares about the date? Anyway, Josh's table was right next to mine, and he started just like piling up the hardcovers, and I was like, yo, I've read one of those. I didn't know there was a second one. I absorbed it in like 2 nights, and these things are like
Substantial.
big. Yeah, these are designed to look really good on a shelf. So whether you're a casual reader or somebody who's building a library, I think Mercy Sparks has a place on your shelf. No, they're awesome books. And it's a really fun story. And I was just kind of in it. And I was kind of loving it. And we got to talking, and it, that conversation inevitably becomes, well, what's next for Mercy?
Yeah.
Where's she going? What's she doing? What's next? Because it's not just about being an artist. It's about, I'm a fan of this. I want to know.
Yeah. Got the inside scoop.
Yeah, I was just all in. So actually, you know what? I can share something, and it's almost within arm's reach. Give me a second. Right over here.
No problem.
Here we go. This is Mercy Sparks Omnibus Volume 1 and 2. They are definitely meant for good shelf display. How am I getting in frame? There we go.
There you
there we go. Okay. Mercy 1 and 2. Freaking awesome. Let's see. How does this work? There we go. There's Volume 2. And fun fact, I don't know, I'm sure this is by design, but you can usually tell which story arc it is by Mercy's hair. So
gotcha.
For design consistency, it's a lot of fun to keep up with. The characters are fun. It's familiar territory for anybody who's into the whole war between heaven and hell, but like with a kind of a bonkers twist. And there's just enough thrash metal, rockabilly, with just a dash of hip hop flavor to it. I am musically driven, and this book feels musically driven. So, if you're into that, you should definitely pick up Mercy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Very cool to see. I know there were some projects that you got greenlit for a while ago that you couldn't talk about. So I don't know if this is on that list or if there's even more in store. But this is
This is
pretty
one.
sweet.
This was one of them. This was one of them. The other one was volume 2 for what would have been Colleen. It was volume 2 of the Vlada Dracula Tales. That was going to be a Kickstarter. It did not go the way it was supposed to go, and that is okay. That's one of those lessons that every creator is going to learn. Once you're out on your own, they're not all going to be home runs, and that's all right. But I'm very proud of the artwork that I did for it, and it's all available. So if you see me at a show and you want weird vampire art, let me know. I've got the cover for that is available, and I had like 5 or 6 pages completed at that point. But yeah, no, that was one of them, and the other one was a commemorative print for the Power Rangers. That was released at the Greensboro show over the last weekend.
That was that in conjunction with JD there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why I didn't do the Greensboro. I think I thought I had a show and I was already booked, but I clearly did not have that show last weekend. I took full advantage of having 3 weekends of no travel.
Okay. There you go.
But
well, sometimes that's good. Sometimes you need that, man.
Dude, I got a lot done.
There you go.
A lot done. Like just looking at the list, like I'm in really good shape. It's just a matter of like timing and pacing Kickstarters. So I've got Slaughter Dolls 3 will be coming out, and then I've got 2 that I want to launch early next year.
Such as? Or can you not talk about it yet?
Oh, I could talk about it. I didn't sign any NDAs. I'm I'm the guy. So I think I mentioned it before. I'm doing a parody book based on Black Cat called Black Kitty.
Okay.
She gets bitten by a radioactive black cat. That's how she gets her powers. They joked about it enough in the comic book. We're just going to make it a real thing. So that's going to come out early. And then the next thing is, I thought I had some pictures loaded up. Maybe I don't. I'm launching a comic book / card game. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if I can share some pictures here. It's my first time. I hired a digital inker and a digital color artist. And so it's going to be more kind of like an animated kind of look.
Okay.
But these kids have been like raised since birth to be like the protectors of the lands here. Their parents gave their lives protecting the lands long ago. And they have been sworn to carry on the family tradition of being the, I don't know what the right words are. I got to come up with a better elevator pitch. But at any rate, they get very complacent because their whole life, like nothing is happening until one day. The alarm goes off. Most of the time the alarm goes off, it's bullshit. It's like people, angry that they didn't get enough chicken nuggets in their 20-piece, that sort of thing.
First world shit.
Yep. So let's see. This is going to be one of I'll share this here just because you guys are on the in crowd. But she's trying to get someone to go with her to like go respond to this emergency. And it's the classic quest that you get when you play an RPG that
okay.
There's a giant rat in the cellar. You got to go fight the giant rats. So
okay.
She comes up to this guy's name is Grindel. She's like, can you help me? He's like, what do you need me for? And she's like, there's a giant rat in the basement we need to fight. And he's gonna be like, Grindel, son of whatever, slayer of rats. No, this is no title for me. That sort of thing. It's gonna be kind of like a Drax kind of character. You can tell she's not too happy with him. But it's kind of funny. It's like here's the thing that I miss from being an artist alley, because most of the time I'm at a vendor table, is that the the gal that I've got doing inking for me, I met Memphis Comic Con last year. She has some really killer art. Really like what she was doing. She puts a lot of heart into like the emotions of the characters. So picked up Lee from Alleyway Arts. She's doing the inking for me.
Okay.
And then I've got I made a connection. Oh my god, I'm not gonna remember the guy's name. The guy worked for Marvel for like 30 years. Jeff, last name starts with an I. At any rate, randomly was talking to him down in Artist Alley, and he got me hooked up with one of his students, Mal Lund. She's doing all the coloring for me. So she's taking what I thought were just gonna be very basic backgrounds, and she's doing just some killer work going in there, putting all the texture in, all that good stuff. So
Oh yeah,
That's great.
that's cool.
Compared to like what I was doing, like my stuff wasn't like terrible by any means, but like she's freaking killing it. Let's see. I think I got one more page here I can share. So they've been alerted about the giant rat. She's flying into the city, and guess spoiler alert, some friends come to help her out.
Hmm.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Right on.
So yeah, we've been making good progress. I know Lee, she is in college. She's pretty busy. So like through the summer, she was banging out pages, and now it's like maybe about one a week. But that puts.
I mean, that's honest. I mean, we were all there.
Oh
It's
yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah. Well, and I started early enough. It's like I'm not looking to launch this till probably March.
Okay.
So, plenty of time to get it done. I've got some folks I'm going to reach out to for covers. I'm not going to do a ton of covers for this. It's because I don't think the audience really gets the variant cover thing. You know?
Well, you don't want to have like 19 different blind bags that you can piss off everyone and turn $1 million with? That's crazy. You should do that. All the best people are doing that.
You read my mind, Matt. That's exactly what I was going to do.
See, good business acumen. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. It's funny because like everyone goes nuts for those blind bags. I tried doing that with I have just odds and ends stuff now with like some variant covers I've done, ton of random sketch covers I've done. I'm putting one guaranteed sketch cover with like 3 variant covers in a bag for $80. And the sketch cover alone is worth more than that.
Yeah.
And I'm having trouble selling them. like what gives?
Well, this will probably sound like a snarky question, but it's not. It's a legitimate question because I don't know the answer. When you say one sketch cover worth more, is it a blank sketch cover, or is it like have you drawn something on it?
I've drawn on them.
Oh, so it is original art going into a blind bag.
Yep.
Okay, make that known.
Yeah.
Make that known. Don't just call it a sketch cover, because in my mind just now it's like, all right, there's a blank in there. Cool.
No, it's when I talk to people, I tell them like, oh yeah, everyone's got a guaranteed hand-drawn original sketch cover in there. And people are like, oh, okay. And they go on their business. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. It's so weird, man. I haven't figured it out either. And maybe it's the shows we do or I don't know, something else that, I'm just not aware of. But like some people have no issues selling that kind of stuff at their table, but then like, people will walk by my table and like will only want the little odds and ends and prints and stuff, but nobody wants like the original art and all that other stuff. It's such a weird thing, and it's very hit or miss. Like obviously I have a few guys that come and they'll look for specifically for the original art and stuff here and there maybe once or twice a year. But beyond that, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just do the print. It's fine.
Well, anybody can win or lose at a show. Yeah. And there have definitely been shows that I have not lost my shirt, but I also tend to front load a lot of shows. If I'm going to an area, I will make sure to, put it out there. Here, I'm going to be there. I have this much room for paintings, full size, things like that.
Yeah.
And once those are full, that pretty much covers any anxiety at the show. And then I can focus on doing commissions at the table, sketches, things like that. But it also kind of pays my way if I do it like that. What makes it difficult is there are, again, like you just said, there are a lot of things at a lot of people's tables that fans will eat up, and I just don't move them. And it's things like sketch covers. I've never been really a sketch cover guy. I don't do very many. I mean, if I do one and I post it, it's because I spent like all my free time on it as a hobby, just messing around with it to experiment with different ideas. So when I do have one, it sells almost immediately because I think a lot of people have learned I just don't do them. Now, that doesn't mean like if you don't bring me one at a show, I'm going to do a head sketch or a bust. Of course I will.
Right.
I'm talking about seeing the guys at the shows that have like boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my stack of masterpieces, and people just waltz on by. And I've often wondered, are they so accessible now that the value is understated to the buyer or the fan? Do I not see the value in this thing that's in front of me because there's 500 of this thing in front of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great question. I've got some shows where I move several sketch covers because right now I do have 1.5 short boxes of sketch covers I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it's just stuff I've accumulated over the last, call it, couple of years. So some of it should probably be cleaned out. But I probably do, while I'm just sitting at the table, 5 or 6 sketch covers a weekend.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's just sitting there, just working on them, something to do while I'm either waiting for the show to start or waiting for someone to come around. Depends on the show, obviously, but yeah, I can get probably 5 or 6 done, no problem, per weekend. So
it's awesome, man.
Yeah, I just need someone to buy them. It's the problem.
Yep.
So I've done the thing where I put the short box out so people can look through them. I've done it where I put it up on my comic book rack where people can see them just sitting right there, and it really is hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've at the point where I've considered giving this site another shot. This Rare Mark.
Ah.
Our Trover is going full speed ahead. We've got Art Germ has put up his stuff. This site doesn't make any sense more. Where's his?
I think his is usually at the top, is it not? Or at the very bottom?
No, the very top is just
right, the
auctions that are alive.
Yeah.
There's some really good stuff in there. People are bringing their A game. They all want that Art Germ attention.
Well, first you got to have an Art Germ body of work.
Well, that was, I forget who posted it, but there was one of the Instagram accounts that I follow. One of the comic shops posted a bunch of screenshots from eBay. So apparently Art Germ had like an entire catalog of stuff on eBay that he had sketch covers that he had up for like $175, $200. And they're this quality. I mean, they're Art Germ quality.
Yeah.
And ever since this stuff, I mean, he's got a, what is this? Velma's going for $1,600 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when these other ones are going up for sale, but it's got another one here going for $3,000.
Well, it's him, and like I said, you got to have that body of work.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're a newbie in the game, welcome aboard. We love having you. You know, some fresh blood. But if you think you're just going to do a sketch cover and get his dollar, no, you don't have his body of work.
Yeah. So
this art by Kunka person definitely is getting some cash here.
Yeah, a little 1,200. Yeah. It's just crazy because like $3,000 is what that that last one was going for, and someone found his eBay account and just bought out everything that he was selling. So if they were selling it for $150, $200, $300, Art Germ stuff, it was all from Art Germ's actual account.
Oh, wow.
Somebody hit a freaking gold mine, especially if they're planning on turning around and flipping that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. It's all about finding the audience. And then once you have a demand, it's like all this can happen. I have no idea where we're at with Artrober, though. I have not looked into what the prompts are. I think it might be too late for my plan that I had.
Looks like Powerpuff Girls, maybe? I don't know.
Let's see. Share this tab instead.
I'm just looking at the latest thing it's posted.
Yeah, so today is the 8th. So yeah, today was Powerpuff Girls. So we got time. Everyone in the brother's gonna do Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, I plan on it.
Well, what's up with Jessica Rabbit? Is that like a thing right now?
Dude, she's like permanently like I had a buddy that coined the phrase evergreen.
Okay.
You can sell this character whenever, they're always green. She, as far as pinup stuff goes, is like always selling.
Okay.
She is the Marilyn Monroe of cartoon girls.
I'm gonna have to pick your buddy's brain.
Yeah.
What are these other evergreen characters? Give me the list.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
Terry Huddleston. He is, as far as being a convention artist goes, any advice that he gives you, you must do.
Okay.
If you want to make money.
All right.
And he is more than happy to talk with people. But
hope to run into him someday.
Yeah. I don't think he does Baltimore. So I don't know. You don't have any more shows this year, do you, James?
Me, yeah. Nothing outside of New York. No.
Baltimore.
Just Baltimore. Yeah. That's it.
New York. Nickel City.
Yeah, so I did. Nickel City's over.
What's the other one? You have another New York?
Saratoga and Twin Tiers, and they're a smaller show, and then I have Steel City. So I guess that one's in Pennsylvania. But
Gotcha. Well, I'd be curious to see if, Baltimore being such a collector show that it is, I know this year they're advertising that they do have some celebrities coming up.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of interesting. They've been adding a few voice actors here and there. I don't know how much of a draw it is to the show, but if they could get like this here, this is for New York Comic Con. This is all the just Marvel exclusive giveaways that are going to be happening in New York.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Everything they've got. These are all different exclusive pin sets that they're selling. Magic the Gathering, they've got their Spider-Man cards out. And then as far as covers go, they're going to have a bunch of exclusive stuff. And some of them they're only giving away at panels. So,
oh, wow.
Some of them, it's you got to spend a certain amount of money. So spend $50 or more on comics and pins and receive the Walmart exclusive Marvel Zombies #1 variant, brought to you by Walmart.
Dude, I don't know. Like, that is the funniest thing to me. Walmart is like selling their own comics now. Like, what is going on?
I mean,
I got a better idea. Take that money and get a blind bag from Steve and get an original piece of art from an independent who knows what to do with the money by reinvesting it in himself.
Yep.
Just throwing it out there to the chat.
Thanks for the plug, Matt. I will pay you later. Let's see, this one is
fans. If you want to pay me, let everyone know Mercy Sparks is amazing.
There you go. Fans attending Marvel's panels will also have a chance to receive special giveaway variant covers while supplies last. So here's a Spider-Man Noir.
That's cool.
And then we've also got the James. This one's people are going to be fighting tooth and nail for this one.
Was it Scott Campbell?
Yeah, the line art variant. And then fans staying for the Marvel Comics X-Men panel have the opportunity to get this one. This one's kind of cool.
That looks
It's got
cool as
Apocalypse.
hell.
It's one of my very favorites. I love Apocalypse.
I like
He's fun to
that.
draw.
That Wolverine design. That's cool.
Is that supposed to be Glob Herman in the background
I have no idea.
with a machine gun? Glob Herman was an interesting fella. We got the Infernal Hulk,
Interesting.
another variant cover. This one's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Well, Spider Gwen. Is that
I like
Spider Gwen or is that a?
Ghost Spider.
What's the difference between a Spider Gwen and a Ghost Spider? Is there a difference?
It's the same person. They rebranded her. So because they were like, oh well, Spider Gwen is stupid that Gwen's in her name. It's not really her character. So no,
Yeah.
She's Ghost Spider.
It's not very much. So like, if you were the Punisher and you were Frank Castleman, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't want your name and your alter ego to be the same.
The Punisher Castle. Huh? Like
But everyone calls her Spider Gwen.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's Ghost Spider, Spider Gwen, and that's just like same thing with Miles. Is he's Miles, he's just Spider-Man, which people get confused by sometimes. And then like the cartoon Spider-Man show on Disney decided to call him Spin.
Spin?
Yeah, Spin to avoid confusion.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right. That's what I said too. I'm like, that's weird, guys. You couldn't come up with something else.
But Dr. Doom's not his name. Victor Vaughn.
Yeah.
Or Thanos or Galactus.
Works better for bad guys.
Carol Danvers.
Yeah. Oh, that was a whole nother thing with Captain Marvel. That name bouncing around.
Yeah.
But I wish Baltimore would do this. Have any exclusives?
Yeah,
I would. I know, like the brand GalaxyCon and Fan Expo have their own exclusives that they take from show to show. We've talked about that before, but like, I don't know. As far as like artists making a big deal about having exclusives, it's like New York, San Diego, and then sometimes Chicago, like C2E2. Outside of that, there's not a really like even Heroes. I don't hear a lot of people saying that they have Heroes Con exclusives that often.
Well, Baltimore has the yearbook. I think the yearbook's amazing.
I don't know. What is that? I was there.
So the Baltimore Comic-Con yearbook that's an awesome tradition. They figured it out. So a lot of artists, guest artists, Artist Alley, like there's this. It's a yearbook. It looks like a high school yearbook. Every page is full page art from people that are attending the show. So if you get the yearbook, it's almost like a scavenger hunt. You can take it all around Artist Alley and have every artist sign their page and then a little checklist. And once you get enough of them off the checklist, you can go back to the merch table and there's like a collector's variant for the yearbook or like a commemorative print. There's always something more to go with it.
Right.
And that also gets the kind of hardcore art collectors to your table. So it's also just fun every year. And they theme it for an independent artist who still retains the rights to their books. Like a couple of years ago, they were celebrating the 40th anniversary of First Comics, which they were able to do because all the guys, Howard Chaykin and all those guys from First, they had gotten their rights back for all their characters. So the yearbook was full of things like American Flag and Grimjack and E-Man by Joe Staten. It's a really cool idea. This year, the theme is Bone. So Jeff Smith will be there, and they're commemorating Bone. So you're going to get a coffee table art book every year of celebrating independent comics. It's a great idea. It's not a mainstream book variant, but it is something that the show does that's unique to the show.
How much does that cost? I got to get me one of those.
I don't know. I've got 14 years worth of them downstairs on the shelf, but I've never looked at the back at the UPC.
Nice.
But if you go to Baltimore Comic Con's website, they will have advertisements for it the closer you get to the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I every time they send that email out saying like if you want to submit something, I'm like, I've got so much shit going on. I don't have time to draw whatever. I can't remember if they like give you like
I've not
prompts.
seen that email. Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like did this have to be like a bone themed like piece that you submitted, or is it just as long as it's not? Yeah.
Yeah. So the piece, like whatever you end up doing, has to be on brand for that book. And you can't do anything that's licensed or copywritten,
right,
unless you own it. So you can draw Bone, of course you can, any character from it, but I can't draw anything else except something that I own. So I'm, for the first time, getting to use that as a way to showcase some Patchwork Ends characters as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a cool idea that they've got there. I wish that on the I guess on those that do have their own copyrights, or even like a Marvel or a DC, that there was effort to put in exclusives at these shows. Like if Baltimore had like a list of like, here's a dozen exclusive comics coming out, you can only get it if you attend this panel. It's probably an attendance thing. It's probably a number.
Well, remember, it's an expense to the show. So if they're going to retain a limited license agreement to put out a variant cover, especially with the big two, now independents you could get away with a lot more, but IDW, Boom, Marvel, DC, anyone who's got licensed properties that they only license out, you've got to pay their fees, and then the artists that do it have to be approved by the license holder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, is that like, you know, Marvel can just go out and say flat out like, hey, we are putting these things on, you know, these panels, we're doing this. What, like some of these aren't like the convention center, or not the center, but the convention itself isn't doing some of these exclusives. Some of these are Marvel exclusives.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay.
So like, yeah, like Fan Expo and GalaxyCon, they do that where they contract it out and they pay for the, you know, approved artist and all that stuff. But because Emerald City, that one has a bit of a pedigree of folks doing variant covers for it, doing exclusives, I should say. But like, you don't hear that about Baltimore, and you don't hear that about Heroes, and those are two of the biggest Comic Cons, like true to form Comic Cons left, especially on the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
So I like that Baltimore does that yearbook, but God, I feel like from an attendance standpoint, half the buzz why people are going to New York is like, I got to get the exclusives. So
yeah,
that would never be my reason to go to a show. But then again, I'm on the art and writing side of it, so I want to meet artists and writers. I'm not. I guess I'm just not like wrapped up in the books.
Which makes sense. I mean, that's the audience, right? Like that's the audience difference. Is if you're a show, you want to gear it towards bringing other people, you know, that whether they're artists, and you're going to do things that are more geared towards artists coming. If you want to bring in a crowd that's going to help your artist pay for their booth, right? You're going to want people that are either into art or, you know, whatever, et cetera, comics, et cetera, you know. So I guess that completely makes sense, you know.
Yeah, the culture that's happening now is that there's a lot of these Whatnot and eBay live sellers that are coming out, and they're generating like a whole secondary tier of buzz. A lot of it based around these exclusives because they're getting in, and they're getting all these books, and then like the first couple nights they're going right back to the hotel and they're firing up their live streams, and they're getting people to buy the stuff, and it generates a whole nother level of buzz. Oh, they do have exclusives. Look at that. I just noticed they
yeah, if you click on it, go ahead and show everybody.
Oh god. Oh wait, no, they do have wait. Share this tab instead.
There you go. That's their exclusives. big empty white
So
page.
keep an eye on that website because the way that show runs is the closer you get to the show, the more and more and more stuff they release. The closer you get,
Makes sense.
including adding more guests. So it's a good idea to follow that website.
Got Art Adams. Get the Neil Adams estate. Man, Rose Besh. Tons of big names.
Yeah, if you never mind, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Were you gonna say old? What?
Nope, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Let's see. Chris Claremont's gonna be there. Oh boy. Yeah, they always have a big list though. They always have a big list.
Baltimore is the one show of the year where like I am in danger of leaving my table and just fanboying out and getting everybody to sign everything ever.
Yeah. I'm with
It
you
is
there.
also the show that I bring my copy of Seduction of the Innocent to every year. That little tradition started at Baltimore Comic-Con, so I always bring it with me.
I am planning on bringing some ash cans of Dex Damon #0 with me. That'll be cool. Give it out to publishers, etc., etc.
Very cool. Yeah, God, the list just keeps on going, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. The only person that I know I'm 100% going to meet is David Finch.
Oh, so you're going?
I am. Yeah. It was a last minute addition to my show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're 100% not going to swing by my table and say hi. I see how it is.
I definitely am. Yeah. I definitely will. I'm going to talk to everybody I already know.
Awesome. Yeah, come on by, man. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's a handful of folks I'm going to need to take some time to go see at some point. I feel like, I forget who all I was trying to see at Heroes Con, but there tends to be this culture. I'm going to name any names. I'm not going to point fingers at anybody, but there tends to be this culture amongst guests that is totally fine to just show up super late and also totally fine to leave super early to go get dinner.
Yeah, I'm not part of that culture. I don't appreciate that either.
Now, I know there's some cases where like people have business meetings where they're getting pitches and they're giving pitches and there's all kinds of stuff that goes on. And that's part of the deal. I get it. But I know
I go bell to bell, baby.
Yep. I know Heroes Con. There was one artist in particular who will remain nameless that I walked down to their booth like 3 times during the weekend, progressively later and later into the day. And they're just not there. And I'll ask around, I ask the neighbor, and like, oh no, he hasn't come in yet. I'm like, okay, cool. How does this?
Well, then why are they here?
Like, yeah, just tying up table space. But anyways, there's one other big announcement that came out, I believe today, that I think they're debuting that this weekend. Real quick, we got Ben. If it's like last year, I'll be down the road from Matt since I'm up towards the front.
Oh,
there.
word? Okay.
I'm thinking about, we're going to see how this year goes. I've been doing progressively better and better at Baltimore. And I've got a pretty killer setup for what I'm paying for with that spot. But I
haven't seen the map yet. I have no idea. Did they already put it up or no?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the booth numbers and all that good stuff.
So, is it? Okay, well, I have some homework to do tonight. Okay.
Nice.
I actually, I don't know if I've looked at it yet. At any rate,
A9.
I tend to stay in the same area. I request every year to stay in the same area. So I feel like I've got like my footprint down. People are learning where I'm at. I'm at a good spot. But Sunday, it dies early in Artist Alley, and the vending area and especially the guest artist area is still popping all the way through the afternoon on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking I might try might try and go for the vending area up there.
Nice.
But the big thing here is they are announcing Godzilla Infinity Roar. That's right.
Oh my god.
Godzilla's going to be fighting the new lineup of who do we got here? Do they have a list of heroes fighting? Maybe not. You'll have to buy it and find out, or to look at the cover and do some math. We've got Spidey. We got
Human Torch, Black Bolt.
Who's that?
Star-Lord.
Thank you. I blacked out on Star-Lord. Not a good start.
Rocket, Invisible Woman. Yeah. Nice, dude. Yeah, that cover's done by Ken Lashley.
Yeah, pretty killer cover there.
Yeah.
I feel like Godzilla
That's an eye grabber.
Making the rounds, that Godzilla.
Yeah.
You put hot pink on your cover, you're gonna get an eye. You get an eye grabber. That's for sure. I know a guy in Richmond who collects exclusively like hot pink and fuchsia covers, like throughout history. Any cover that has that color, he collects it. Yeah,
it's interesting. Huh. Ben says last year you could have probably moved into a corner before the booth next to me. They never showed up.
Man, I wish I had known that, man. I was stuck in the worst spot possible of Baltimore. Worst spot.
Some of these conventions are weird about it, though. They're like, because they'll make the attempt to call you. Like, if you don't show up, they'll call you and be like, yo, where you at?
Yeah.
And sometimes people will play the game of like, oh, we ran into car troubles. We're going to be there tomorrow. We promise. So, like, you'll go all the way through Saturday, and then it's like, well, who's going to come for just Sunday at that point, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I've had times before where I've got people, like, the show starts and the booth next to me is empty. And I'll go talk to the showrunner, and they're like, yeah, we don't give up booths till Saturday morning. We give everybody 1 day grace. And I'm like, sure shit, they ended up showing up, those bastards.
Yeah.
Couple more covers here. Is this going to be a Venomized Godzilla? Is that what?
Looks like it.
I'm going to have to learn how to draw Godzilla now. That's okay. As long as I know what it looks like, I can draw it. Gentlemen, I love you. I have some Baltimore homework to do. This painting can't be touched again until it's completely dry, but I do have to get up at 4:45 in the morning. Don't ask.
Yikes.
Which means it is bedtime for Bonzo.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Thanks for hanging out, dude. Everyone give Matt Slay a follow. Check him out over on Facebook. And if you're going to be at Baltimore, check out his booth. He's going to have all kinds of fun stuff there. Make sure you
horror comics and everything else. So come see me. And even if you just want to chat horror comics in the indie market, I am that guy. So
awesome.
Oh, yeah, bro. See you there.
Peace. I will see y'all in Baltimore.
See you
later.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah, I don't I feel like I don't know the deep backstory on Godzilla.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
I feel like any number of X-Men and or superheroes could easily defeat Godzilla.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the Silver Surfer here. Like, what's Godzilla gonna do to Silver Surfer?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, Black Bolt alone, right? Like, should be able to blow Godzilla away. I mean,
yeah, I feel like Spider-Man would give him a run for his money. It might take him a while to take down Godzilla, but I think he could do it.
Yeah.
Human Torch, maybe.
I mean, we'll see what they do with it, right? I mean, maybe Godzilla develops this new crazy, insane power, and he's invincible or something, or he's being weaponized by Dr. Doom, and he's got magic, and who knows, man? I mean, I guess Marvel is funny because like they are doing it smart, man. I tell you, like they have not only do they have Godzilla now as part of under their IP umbrella, now they have Godzilla and they have Alien, dude. Like
Predator.
Yeah. At some point though, when are we going to get into? Is this a monopoly? I mean, for God's sake, they're gonna Batman's gonna be free game in 10 years, and like
I think that's part of it is they got to find their footing because, I mean, can you imagine if Image Comics they just line up a star-studded cast to do their version of Batman? Hell, even if Tim Burton hired a team of artists to carry on his vision for the Batman movies, I mean, there's nothing stopping him at that point.
Yeah, dude.
But imagine this. Imagine after Endgame, because I think after Endgame it was we had what? We had some of the Disney Plus series because it was around COVID time. Then we had Shang-Chi and all that stuff that was like, I don't know, as far as audience cares, up and down. Some people liked it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a couple of random of Avengers that are left. You know, maybe you get the Incredible Hulk out there doing something, and then the ground shakes. And they're like, huh? And then you see like Spider-Man, the hair stands on his arm like it did in it's like it's gotta be something crazy if it's like, and the next thing you know, they turn out to look out into the ocean out there off the coast of Manhattan, and you see his Godzilla spikes coming out of the water.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And then like cut it before he comes all the way out. So people are speculating, like, is it Godzilla or is it like some lame ass giant? But then you end it with Godzilla's signature sound that he makes.
What was that?
I don't
clip that.
I don't practice my Godzilla impersonation, so you got the very off the cuff.
It's perfect, man. I love it.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, I know.
You ran that through some distortion, it would sound just like him.
It was great, man.
Yeah, that would have been a hell of a team up.
Yeah.
People would be. I mean, I think people would be talking a lot more than they did about Tenchi, Shen Tenchi. What was the name of the 10 rings or whatever?
Oh,
I just said the name of it. I can't remember the name of the
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Oh, I was like Tenchi. Like,
Does that make me racist? Does that make me racist?
No,
not at all. I just don't speak the language.
Yeah. We'll clip this part too.
It'll be great. It'll be great. What could go wrong? Hell. Yeah. I don't know. If they would have done anything better is better than all that shit with multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the peak of what was that first Avengers movie? Was it the first Avengers movie where they were fighting off against Loki? Like that movie was peak when they had all the space men army come through and stuff. The Chitauri soldiers, they are, and like they had that big freaking like floating whale ship thing that come through, and Hulk is just beating the living garbage out of it. That was like peak of like the movies. Like that was like that's so cool.
Oh yeah.
Like so recreating that would be sweet, but yeah.
I think Marvel laid into the idea of having all the bad guys be like this relatively faceless mob of aliens or robots that all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It got to be a bit much. I think to your credit, that first Avengers, I think that's the first time that they really pushed that of like alien race. You're fighting a shit ton of them. So by the time Endgame came around, like most of the little aliens, like they've got this. They can beat these. So it wasn't as impactful.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say here.
Yep.
I don't know. Man, I was hoping to get Matt to weigh in on this. I know he had to split, but one of the topics I wanted to talk about tonight. This is the last topic before we're gonna head to question of the week. Found this article called "The 10 Comic Book Tropes We Wish Would Make a Comeback."
Oh, okay.
Now they've got their list. To anyone who doesn't know, a trope is like a cliche, like something that's like, of course, it's gonna be like the snide, sarcastic secretary at the table, or the big one is that got a lot of attention. I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that, was fridging. When you who was it? Was it the Green Lantern? Flash? Somebody comes home and their girlfriend's head is in the fridge because they killed his girlfriend. And I forget who it was, but what ended up a lot of people complain because they're like, all these heroes, all they are just dudes that their girlfriend got their head cut off and put in the fridge. Was hence the name fridging, right? So that like that's their motivation. Can't we have any better motivation than like you killed my girlfriend in a horrible way?
Yeah.
So that would also be a trope. I don't know how much you think about tropes, James, when you sit down to write, when you're coming up with your material.
Oh yeah, I like tropes. They make the story interesting, at least in my opinion. Yeah. It's just how you tell it.
Have you ever like looked for a list of all the tropes?
I have not. No,
I did one time, and it was just keep scrolling and scrolling, like anything that you could possibly think of, like henchmen pushing buttons in the background. That's a trope.
Yeah,
like okay, those to me, there's different aspects to writing, but the overall theme, the overall motivations, I think that's what most people think of when they think of tropes. And this dude, Ashley Land, from Rotten Tomatoes, approved critic, came up with 10 things he wants to see. I'll give you an example here. One is painted art comics have a decent market. He goes on to say that in like the 90s, there was a ton of like watercolor and acrylic painting that was going on that you don't really see anymore because everyone's digital.
Yeah.
I remember when the first, Captain America comics that were coming out, they were watercolor. They're super dark, scratchy ink. It was really badass. Do you think hand painted art comics have a place in today's market?
I don't know. I just realistically no, because of the demand. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't take. I mean, it's not like it takes 10 minutes to paint a painting. It takes a long ass time. Like, you know what I mean? So I think just because of sheer demand, no. But I mean, for indie comics, maybe,
Yeah.
Definitely maybe.
Still, for the amount, like, I don't know what this image is from, but if that's the level of detail they're talking about for painting, I don't know, man.
No way. I mean, there are some guys that are still doing that. I mean, they still have like Alex Ross and stuff doing, painted realism stuff in their comics, but it obviously takes a substantial amount of time to get that done.
Yeah. I'm doing I put a couple teasers up on Instagram, but on a whim, I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I'm going to try doing like all of the color work and everything on paper. So I'm using alcohol markers and watercolor and stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I had to like digitally fix some of it. I wasn't thinking when it's a long story and it's not exciting, so we'll skip it. But I don't know. I got 8 pages done of it, and I'm going to run next year with it as a just a little preview book to see what people think.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know. We'll come back to this one. Do people actually want hand done stuff?
Yeah.
Next one is Lovecraftian comics need a comeback.
Oh, this guy doesn't look enough. He's not looking hard enough.
Yeah, he's not slimy enough. He's not looking hard enough.
No. I meant the guy writing the thing. But yes, there's a pun there.
I was like, that's a really clever joke that I missed. And then
yeah, there you go. It was pun. Dude. They're everywhere. People are doing Cthulhu this, Cthulhu that, and like all sorts of stuff in line with that. I mean, D&D is very heavy in Lovecraft stuff, and like, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's lots of this. They're just not looking in the right place. It's not a disappeared trope. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, I think one of the complaints is similar to what I just had, is that if, like it says here, preventing people from summoning an elder god, a lot of times when that stuff does happen, it's kind of like, oh, so they're not going to fight like a bad guy. They're going to fight like an evil monster thing that's angry. Like it's just this faceless thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I put in the bucket of like, if this Lovecraftian monster shows up, the good guys and the bad guys all kind of want it gone, right?
Yeah.
Bad guys can't rule the world if there's a giant tentacle monster destroying everything.
Right.
So everybody wants it gone, and the monster isn't going to do anything to like push society in a new direction. No, it's going to crush society straight down into a hole.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think some people are tired of this because there's really only one solution, and that's eliminate threat.
Yeah.
Whereas, Doctor Doom, if Captain America faces off with him, he might want to we must apprehend him. Whereas some of the other heroes might be like, no, we need to put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We got Monster of the Week stories or some of the best back issues.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary here just not too long ago, a little mini doc on Kirkham with Kirkman or Kirkham that did Walking Dead. He did Invincible, Walking Dead. I always get it backwards. Kirkham or
Now
Kirkham?
you threw me off. No, I don't know.
At any rate, what they were saying was with Invincible, what was working for them, because you have people that just randomly pick up the book. You have no idea what's going on. But if you can make your comic from beginning to end fight and resolve one monster or one villain, then have a little bit of a, bigger meta story going on. Put one of those pieces in. So I think this is actually a great idea, especially for indies.
Yeah.
So I'm actually thinking about implementing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like this book, you can pick it up. It tells one complete story, beginning, middle, end, every book. And maybe there's a little bit more to take you along.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, let's see. Random dinosaurs are always a treat. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I always thought it was cool that Batman had a giant T-Rex in his thing.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it can add, but I feel like that's a very 90s thing. Jurassic Park, I think, kind of set the stage for we got to have dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah.
Turok. At least some characters actually look better in armor.
Huh?
To be fair, I didn't read this list ahead of time.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Says edginess of the 90s in particular heralded an era where many heroes would suddenly don armored costumes, trading in their older fabric for jagged steel. As ridiculous as it looked on some characters, it looked incredible on others and should have stuck where it worked. Comics shouldn't overdo the trope. Seeing some characters return to armor would be great. As much as the 90s had its issues, things shouldn't be discarded just because they fell out of fashion.
Wonder what characters he's referring to. I mean, I will admit, Angel from X-Men looks way cooler as Archangel than, but
yeah.
There are a few.
There was a weird one where Captain America got armor.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Oh boy.
They've kind of brought back some of the Batman armor, which is some of them are pretty cool. But I remember the 90s, that was all the action figures for Batman was different costumes for Batman.
Yeah. Let's see if I can pull this up here real quick. I'm bouncing between windows. Share this tab instead.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There we go.
Was that Captain America? Or was that an amalgam thing?
I don't. This is it's Captain America. I mean, he's even saying here Avengers, but I don't know if it. I don't know if it was a variant of Steve Rogers or somebody else. I don't know about Captain America to tell you one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. That's cool though. A lot of reflective lighting though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
good Lord, it's everywhere.
It's very shiny. Very shiny. So yeah, I don't know that. I don't know about the armor one. The Gorilla Craze was actually awesome. Disagree. Hard disagree.
Yeah, I agree. I disagree too. Yeah. I hated King Kong. I'm gonna get some hate for that, but King Kong was the stupidest thing to come out of that era.
Yeah.
I will admit the cartoon was kind of cool. And then that they had like a 90s, early 2000s King Kong cartoon. That was kind of neat, but that was as far as that went.
Yeah. I mean, giant ape fighting in a that's like King Kong size. I thought it was a wrestling ring at first. The scale doesn't work here at all. He's like destroying a bridge, but this person he's holding.
No, yeah.
At any rate, say no to gorillas. If someone had made a comic right around the time that the meme of like 100 men versus one ape with Harambe, like if they had done a comic like that, it would have sold like hotcakes. But the turnaround would have had to been like instant.
Yeah.
Let's see. Detective characters should focus on real mysteries. I feel like writing mysteries has got to be like one of the hardest things to do. Like a good mystery.
Yeah. You gotta plan everything out like tediously.
And it's got to be like you got to have clues that are obvious enough that the reader's like, oh yeah, okay, but also misleading. So there's a twist at the end. There's always a twist.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird that Batman was a detective, but it's like in so much as he has really cool gadgets that will find people for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Him being a detective worked really good in the games. That was a cool part of the games, but as an actual, like in a comic, I guess it could get kind of boring if that's all you concentrated on,
Yeah. There's a lot of subtleties. I think that's what they were really pushing for with, was it Crime Noir, LA Crime Noir, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
LA Noir. Maybe that's what it was. The video game.
Oh, yes. The video game was LA
you could
Noir,
like read people's expressions and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to capture all that in a comic.
Yeah.
Number 3, unexpected cameos are good for everyone. I'm over cameos.
Yeah, but are you over cameos in comics or in movies?
That's fair.
I
Here's the thing. I do like cameos. Like, there is some appeal of like when they talk about Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, where it's like, oh, it's cool. They might have Gambit. They might have this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, buzz going around it. But I feel like, did you watch Mandalorian?
The first season, yeah.
The second season turns into instead of Monster of the Week, it's Cameo of the Week.
Oh, really?
Who's going to be in this one? It started off with like Star Wars characters. Who are you going to see now? Is problem with season 3 turned into cameos as far as like famous actors. And like Christopher Lloyd, Jack Black. It's like, oh, who else is going to be in Star Wars now?
Yeah.
Can we write a good story?
Yeah, right. Let's put the money where it needs to be put instead of all these paying these giant actors.
Yeah, to show up for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
because that was half the time Marvel did that. Like everybody wanted John Krasinski as Reed Richards, and they put him in Multiverse.
Yeah, they really dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, so if it's a good cameo and it adds to the story and it adds to like that's why I fucking love that character.
Yeah.
Put him in there.
Yeah, the only good cameo in that movie was Xavier. That was super unexpected. Nobody knew he was going to be in it, and then whoa, that's so cool. Yeah. There he is.
But even with that, I mean, I feel like they dropped the ball with him too. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, they really did those characters dirty. Even though it was a cameo, they were like throwaway characters, and you could see that they were throwaway characters. There was no fault. There was no fight at all against Scarlet Witch. Like, really? Yeah. The smartest man in the world suddenly just gives away Black Bolt's secret, and then suddenly Black Bolt has to scream because his mouth is missing, and he kills himself. Like that was a little weird. That was a little like,
yeah,
that was cringy a little bit actually.
I feel like there are some people at Marvel that their thought process is, well, we got to have this cameo, but it can't actually impact the story that much. So it's almost like the old school sitcoms or cartoons where you have to return to zero every time.
Yeah.
Whereas, which I can't remember which Expendable. I haven't seen all the Expendable movies, but there's one where the big cameo was Chuck Norris.
Okay.
And he was only in there for like a scene, but he was badass. He helped out the team, and then he went on his way.
Yeah.
They didn't like start to drag him around. He didn't get a Chuck Norris spinoff, series.
Yeah, right.
He's already had enough. So I don't know. The cameos thing, I'm torn on it. Torn. Yeah. Demise of Pulp has left comics lacking.
What the hell does that mean?
Despite being primarily known for superhero stories, the comic book industry started out in pulp fiction. Shorter stories were printed on cheap paper and would mostly focus on science fiction, western, and adventure heroes. Pulp fiction and its heroes like Doc Savage, The Shadow, and Indiana Jones bring a diversity of genres to a single place. Heroes often feel more grounded than cosmic superheroes, and their adventures remain every bit as rich and entertaining. Yeah. I mean, Indies is a spot for it.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, that's the thing. Like, if it's not the big three, a lot of people don't even know about it.
Yeah. Well, you also start to get very niche, because if you're like, oh yeah, I've got a comic and it's about an adventurer who looks for lost relics. There's only a certain amount of people that want to read that, and everyone that hears that pitch is like, oh, so you're doing like an Indiana Jones or a Lara Croft thing? Like,
yeah, right.
I don't know. Could be any. I don't know. So I don't know about this one. Indies, go for it. But
gosh, that lady's dress or costume is very revealing. Oh my goodness, it's like
everything else is covered up.
Yeah, intentionally very slutty. Yeah,
it's very interesting though, because it says that we need to get back to like more grounded stories, and then they have this lineup.
Yeah,
doesn't look very grounded. Last but not least, intercompany crossovers rock and help the industry, and we just saw that with Batman and Deadpool. Here they have the Batman and Spawn that came out. What was that?
Yeah,
like
a year ago. Oh, was it?
I thought there was one that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, it might be older than that. I don't know.
So I've said this before. I don't know if I said it on here or somewhere else, but I feel like the indie scene would benefit from crossovers on the indie level. They're starting to do that more. Like, I know, like Dan Mendoza has had a Zombie Tramp crossover with like Lady Death.
That's cool.
But I feel like on the indie scene, you only stand to benefit if you do crossover books, or people get exposed to, other publishers, mini publishers, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The reason why we're indies is because we want to be independent. We don't want to work with anybody else. So
yeah. I mean, there's collaborating, and that's different than, but it's sort of, I guess it's sort of the same thing as working with somebody, but yeah.
Yep.
I would hate to be like, hey, I'm gonna work with Marvel, and then Marvel dictate everything I do for my character. That I wouldn't like.
I think that's the biggest hang up. I feel like I've had plenty of long drives where I had time to think about this stuff. I feel like if you made your character available to, like, if I was gonna say, James, I'm gonna make characters A, B, and C available for you to use on the ground rules of you cannot kill them off, like no permanent dismemberment or anything like that.
Right.
Almost like that. It might be an urban legend of like The Rock and Vin Diesel. They all had their thing, like they could never be hit more than the other guy got hit or whatever.
Yeah.
However that worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, The Rock was like pretty much, he couldn't be beat, couldn't be like a villain, and if he was a villain, like it had to not die, and it was just it was very weird.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have a loose set of rules, and then but the biggest for continuity would have to be like you're on the same page as to why they're working together, like how they ended up there or whatever.
Yeah.
So, what's up, Mike? Says all I hear is Indiana Jones and the search for the gauntlet. It belongs in a museum. Johnny Future was an awesome story drawn by Art Adams, the character with a revealing costume. Checks out.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, are there any tropes that James, that you would like to see come back, make a big appearance?
I
feel like I should have done some homework and looked up a list of comic tropes.
Yeah, right. Same. You know what? That'll be my homework for next week. We'll talk about.
Yeah, because I have another one. I have another similar article that was 10 comic book tropes that need to end.
Yeah.
So that I've got waiting in the wings. We'll talk about that next time.
Okay, cool.
I have a whole like browser window of tabs of like stuff to talk about.
Yeah, rock on.
Just eating up bandwidth over here. Yeah, I'll think about that one too. I feel like there's some tropes that get a bad name, but they work. Like the vengeful, I'm going to avenge the loss of, my brother, my wife, my kids, whatever.
Yeah, you can't have happy characters all the time. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, and well, a lot of people like to shit on it because it's so overdone, but I'm like, that's why there's so much of the conflict that we have in this world is because you did this thing to me or my people, so I'm going to and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe people are just tired of it. I don't know.
You can't highlight the good moments if there are no bad ones, right? And then like, he's my girlfriend got scratched. Let me revenge you instead of like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you scratched me. Now I'm your mortal enemy. Like, what do you want? There's really no like in between of that. It just doesn't work. I mean, you can't just and you're not just born like I'm gonna be this vigilante guy for no reason at all. You know what I mean? Like there's no driving force behind that. So to tell a good story, you have to have a driving force for the character.
Well, and that was like Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles. I know the big thing with him was like he watched so much violence on TV, it just drove him to like embody it and go face it.
Yeah.
But it's like still kind of, if you boil it down, similar.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm gonna give Mike the final word on this one.
There you go. Yeah.
The one that needs to be recognized is exposed hairy knees.
Yep, hairy knees.
No, I don't know that I've actually looked at my knees. Yeah, there's a little bit of hair. Yeah, it's covered. Don't get any ideas. I'm not sending any photos out to anybody.
Knees.com. Steve's gonna be on knees.com now.
I know that. Thanks.
Show these knees.
Show these knees. Show these. Yeah. When I had to wear a suit every day and stuff, I know like the hair down around my ankles would be like worn, like bald almost, like that area just from like the socks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, are my knees like that? I haven't really paid attention. I think they're normal. I think it's a normal amount of hair.
That's good. That's good.
All right, we're going to jump into the last question of the week, James. Last question. We're going to call it a night because I need to go get ready for St. Louis.
Nice.
But before we do that, where are you going to be this weekend?
Nowhere. Home.
Home. Yeah. But then Baltimore. We'll see you at Baltimore.
Yep.
Anything you want people to check out in the meantime before we close things up?
Not yet. Nope. I mean, I'm just sketching to be somewhere. You guys know me. So yeah, give me a follow. I got some cool updates coming probably in the next month or so.
Cool. Awesome, man. All right. You guys can see me this weekend, GalaxyCon in St. Louis. And then next weekend, I will be at Baltimore. And then after that is Cinci Comic Expo. All right. Question of the week. What's the biggest lie that society still tells young people?
Ooh,
James has one.
I have one. going to college will make you successful.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the number one lie society tells people.
Yeah.
Getting a 99 in school will make you more successful too. Yeah, that one too. It doesn't. None of that makes a difference.
No.
In a college degree that is an A is the same thing that's a college degree that is a C or a D.
A lot of times
out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first one that came to my mind. Challenge of it is there's a lot of people that get by just fine with both ways going and not going. There's success stories everywhere. There's stories of failure and heartache everywhere. Right. So it's like I think the blanket telling people that they need to go. It's like, well, if you don't know what you're gonna do, just go. Like, okay, that's a very big financial decision to make as you're starting your, first year of being an adult.
Right.
So yeah. Biggest lie in the society. I did not think about this at all. But I think the big one for me is I think there's sort of a narrative or a lie that's going on now that may be the truth, it may be a lie, is that there's a lot of people out there that are being told that they can't afford a house. They won't be able to, be married and have kids. They won't be able to put their kids through. There's all these things that are going on, negative things that kids are hearing that there's no way that they can attain the American dream. And I think we have two big problems in this country that's causing a lot of issues. They're both 4-letter words, James, 4-letter words. One of those problems that we have as a 4-letter word is hate. And the other one, it's supposed to be good, but in this context, it's bad. The other 4-letter word is hope, because people are being told that they don't have any hope, that things are only going to get worse and all that good stuff. And I thought the exact same thing in 2008 during the housing market crash and all this stuff. And it was real bad times, real scary times. And things got better. Not for everybody, but I think a lot of kids right now, they just don't know what to put their hope in.
Yeah, it's a tough time right now. It really is a tough time. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but I think the other end of that too is the American dream was also a lie that we were telling people.
Yeah.
This attainable thing of white picket fences and beautiful homes that are perfect and all this other stuff and a family and all this stuff. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad in any way. It was concocted for the purpose of getting more people to have families and settle down, and drive the housing market. So that was part of it that contributes to that too. So I'm not saying it's bad, but it is a lie that we tell people that it is this magical thing that you want to obtain when you're older.
Yeah, ultimately it boils down to what is it that you want to do,
right?
And if it's if you don't know what that thing is, you got to take time and sit down. Maybe sit down with your loved ones and talk about what is it that you want to be doing.
Yeah.
And then don't take a step in a direction that doesn't get you there.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. I usually like to end on a joke. What's the biggest lie society still tells young people? We landed on the moon. Folks, we're going to call it a week. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Later.
Thank you.